Mr. Pickles. Different shirt, yes, I know. So for those of you who are lucky to not know of this show's existence, Mr. Pickles is a show made for I don't know what network it is. Ariel, hit me up. Yeah, that. And basically it's about a dog that is satanic and evil, and he apparently lives in a city that is stuck in the 50s, or maybe the show takes place in the 50s, they don't really explain. But continuity errors is the least of the show's problem, let me tell you that. So the dog lives with a 50s style family, like I said, and the family has a grandpa who knows the dog's evil, but they don't believe him because they think he's old crazy grandpa. And the dog likes to just psychologically mess with the grandpa. It's really dark. Now look, I'm not a big fan of dark comedy in any sense of the term. I don't really watch a lot of comedy. But I will say this, it's so dark where it doesn't even classify as comedy. You might remember a while back I did a crossover review with the Media Wiz a while back on a show called Pope Town. That was terrible. There's a reason this show never hit the airwaves. Although, that makes me wonder, if this show was pulled off after one episode for being quote-unquote offensive, which it is, why is it that shows like this got pulled, and yet shows like Brickleberry and Mr. Pickles are still running? I don't know what those shows are. Looking back, I remember Wiz brought that up in the review. I had no idea what it was at the time, but I was not ready for this. Wiz was totally right. This is worse than Pope Town. This makes me go back to all the things that all the shows and all the other stuff people have sent me to do rants on. Whether it be My Little Pony, video games, all the stuff that people wanted me to talk about before. No, this takes the cake. This is the worst. You want me to describe the scene for you? Okay, I'll describe the scene. So, the episode that I saw had there was a con artist that came to town, and he convinced the kid that the dog hangs out with, the family child the dog hangs out with a lot. This con artist convinces the kid to get fake breasts. Yes. And so the dog decides to get revenge on the man, rightfully so. The man did a very weird and very wrong thing. But the dog's revenge plan includes knocking him out. He brainwashes the horse, sexually assaults it. The dog brings him to this underground lair that I'm assuming pops up later on in the series. And the dog, like, attaches 6 breasts to the man. I can't describe it. I literally felt... No, I don't want to say I felt dumber. I didn't feel dumber. I felt like my face and my eyes and everything, like every orifice of my body, eyes, mind, everywhere. I felt like my entire being was just assaulted by watching this very show. My major complaint is not that the show is not funny. That's not my major complaint. All the satanic imagery that you see in the show, it's right out in the open. The show's logo has a pentagram on it. Funny? Look, I get it. People are like, oh, you should lighten up. You know, it's just comedy. It's supposed to be a little dark and morbid. Well, this show is none of those things. It's not funny. It's very morbid, yes, but it's not funny. It's not dark comedy. It's none of that. It's Satanism straight out in the open. Just, it feels like it was a show made by Satanists. The people that made the show really should feel bad for what they've made. They really should be. I don't like saying that, but you know what? The people that made the show, I hope they feel ashamed about what they made. But yeah, like I said, worse than My Little Pony, worse than Pope Town, worse than video games, any of the video games I've played in particularly, just worse than any of those things that I may have ranted on before. All all the media people want me to talk about before, like these cartoons or these video games or whatever, this is worse than any of them combined. This is, I'm saying it right now, as a staple on the Captivating Christian right now, this is by far the worst thing that has appeared on the Captivating Christian in a long time. This is officially the worst thing to be talked about on the Captivating Christian. No joke. So yeah, Mr. Pickles, the show can go die in hell for all I care. I can't even. The video's done. I'm done. Better than his Feeling Piggy Keen video. Man, Mr. Pickles is so bad I wouldn't even wish Chris would watch it. And that's bad when I actually feel sympathy for Chris.